Electrocast.
Welcome to Tune Into Sound Wellbeing, the podcast where Amanda, our sound therapy expert, unlocks the healing potential of sound therapy and tuning forks and wellness. I'm Stephen, your co-host, joining Amanda on this journey into the world of frequencies and vibrations. So whether you're a curious learner or a wellness enthusiast, our show offers fresh insights and practical knowledge. Come with us to uncover the mysteries of sound, embrace new wellness perspectives, and experience the transformative magic of sound. Tune Into Sound Wellbeing is here to harmonise your mind, body and soul.
Hello and welcome to Tune Into Sound Wellbeing. I'm Amanda Mackay and hello to you, Stephen, the Curious Explorer.
Thanks, Amanda. Well, here we are again in for another exciting instalment of Tune Into Sound Wellbeing. I am very excited to be back and very excited for this week's episode.
All right, today in this episode we are diving deep into the science of sound and vibrations.
All right, now I have a ton of Curious Explorer questions for you this week.
I had anticipated that, so hopefully I'll have some answers for you.
Look, I have no doubt that you will. So let's get straight into it, shall we?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So in this week's segment of Tuning In, we will be uncovering and exploring the science behind sound, vibrations, and tuning forks. We're going to explore some fascinating topics that relate to sound therapy, tuning forks, and how vibrations affect our well-being. So here's a bit of an agenda of what's in store for you today.
Okay.
Firstly, the fundamentals of sound. We'll start by unraveling the basics of sound, understanding what it is, and how it travels through air, water, and even solid objects.
Wow.
Then we take a bit of time to look into the physics of sound.
Yes.
A mini physics lesson where we look at the mechanics of sound waves, frequencies, and how they interact with our bodies.
Okay.
We'll also cover resonance and healing, where we explore the concept of resonance, its role in sound therapy, and how it can be harnessed to promote healing and relaxation.
Yes.
Then a little bit of history of sound healing. We'll learn about its ancient roots and how it evolved to the modern day.
Right.
I also want to talk about vibrations in the body.
Yes.
How sound vibrations can influence our physical and emotional well-being, from reducing stress to improving focus.
Wow, that sounds like an action-packed show.
Then...
There's more.
Yes. Science of tuning forks.
Wow.
We're going to be talking about how they're tuned to specific frequencies and why they're such powerful tools in sound therapy.
Okay.
Then we'll be looking at a few practical applications.
Yep.
So some practical tips on how you incorporate the science of sound and tuning forks into your daily life.
Well, wowee, that is a lot to cover off. I'm very, very excited.
Me too.
Okay.
So what exactly is sound?
Yes, what exactly is sound?
Well, at its core, sound is a form of energy, a vibration that travels through various mediums, like we said, through air, water, or even solid objects. Imagine you pluck a guitar string.
Yes,
What happens next is pure magic.
depending on who plucks it, I guess.
True, but the string vibrates, producing sound waves that ripple through the air, and these waves are essentially compressions and rarefactions
Okay.
of molecules.
Right.
So when molecules are pushed together, we experience a compression. When they're spread apart, we get a rarefaction.
Okay.
So this back and forth movement creates a chain reaction, passing the energy of sound from one molecule to another,
Yep.
like a wave in an ocean.
Right, okay.
Steve, as you know, sound waves don't just travel through air, they can journey through water and solid objects.
Right.
So picture dropping a pebble into a calm pond. You see those ripples spreading out, right? That's sound in water.
Oh, okay.
And when it comes to solid objects, just like a wooden desk, they conduct sound waves remarkably well. So as we venture deeper into the science of sound, remember that it's all about these vibrational waves, the magic of compressions and rarefactions. It's the very essence of what we'll be exploring today. And now that we've grasped the basics of sound, it's time to journey into the world of resonance and healing.
Right.
Resonance is a powerful force in the realm of sound therapy. It's the phenomenon where one vibrating object or frequency has the ability to set another object into motion if they share a similar natural frequency.
Yes, we touched on that last week.
We did. So think of a soprano singer hitting that high C note and shattering a glass.
Oh.
That's resonance.
Okay, so that's an actual thing. I thought that was just something you saw in a cartoon or in movies.
You do see it there all the time, but it is very real.
Oh, okay.
So in sound therapy, we harness that vibrational magic to promote healing and relaxation. It's like finding that perfect pitch, the harmony between vibrations of sound and our own bodies. When the frequencies align, it's not just a melodious symphony, it's a pathway to wellness.
Wow, so how does that work?
Well, our bodies are incredibly receptive to vibrations. When we expose ourselves to specific frequencies, like a soothing hum of a tuning fork, it can have a profound impact. It's like a gentle nudge to ourselves, encouraging them to find balance and harmony. So the idea is that we immerse ourselves in these resonant frequencies, and they can help alleviate stress, reduce anxiety, and even enhance our overall well-being.
Right.
It's a journey into the resonance of healing.
Yes.
It's been used for thousands of years.
Okay.
So if we explore a brief history of sound healing, it stretches right back to the ancient roots of human civilizations and has continued to evolve into these modern practices we have today.
Right.
So in the ancient world, cultures like the Egyptians and Greeks and many indigenous tribes around the globe recognized the profound power of sound. They used various instruments from drums and flutes to the human voice itself to induce states of healing and altered consciousness.
Okay, so sort of like a meditation.
Precisely.
Right.
So in ancient India, for example, you might have heard of Nada Yoga, the yoga of sound.
Yes, but no.
Well, Nada Yoga looks into the intricate connections between sound, vibration, and spirituality, and it essentially paved the way for modern sound therapy practices.
Okay.
Yeah, so throughout history, sound and resonance have been intertwined with spirituality, from the Gregorian chants of the medieval monks.
Oh, Requiem.
Yeah, like that. To the mystical Sufi dervishes whirling.
Right.
It's really beautiful, and they were actually moving to the rhythm of their own heartbeats.
Okay, so this is a Sufi dervish whirling, a whirling dervish. Is that where the term whirling dervish came from?
Sure is,
Okay.
yeah. So modern sound healing began to take shape, blending the ancient wisdom with modern understanding. Pioneers like Dr. Alfred Tomatis and Dr. Hans Jenny. Now, I've done a lot of research on this, particularly Dr. Tomatis, and their practice is extraordinary. And they did a lot of work into the therapeutic potential of sound. So this work set the stage for our exploration of tuning forks and their ability to heal.
Right.
Now, at the heart of sound therapy is vibrations.
Yep.
These subtle waves of energy hold the power to influence our physical and emotional well-being.
Yep.
You see, our universe is a universe where everything vibrates.
Yes, it does.
From the tiniest particles to the grandest celestial bodies, vibrations are the cosmic language that connects us all. When it comes to our bodies, we're no exception.
Right.
So every cell in your body is like a tiny tuning fork.
Oh, great analogy.
Yeah, they're constantly vibrating at their own unique frequency.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so in perfect health, these vibrations harmonize beautifully and it creates a symphony of well-being.
Right.
However, it's life's stresses and imbalances that can throw this harmony out.
Yeah, there's plenty of those out there.
Yeah, and that's where sound therapy and tuning forks come into play.
Right.
By introducing specific vibrations, we can help restore harmony.
Okay.
It's like tuning a musical instrument to a perfect pitch.
Ah, right, okay.
So these therapeutic vibrations can reduce stress, calm the nervous system, and promote relaxation. They even help improve focus and cognitive function.
Yes, they do. So that it taps into our body's own innate ability to heal itself.
Absolutely. Now, a bit of history and science behind these incredible instruments that hold so much power in sound therapy tuning forks.
Right.
These humble tools are far from ordinary. They're precise scientific marvels. Tuning forks are meticulously crafted to vibrate at specific frequencies, just like musical notes.
Yep.
And when they hum, they create pure, clean sound waves that resonate with our body's vibrations.
Yes, okay, yep.
The tuning fork invention dates back to the 18th century, 1711 to be precise.
Okay, so well over 300 years old.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a guy by the name of John Shaw. He was a renowned musician, instrument maker, and trumpeter to the English royal court.
Oh, splendid.
So while the tuning fork was initially invented for musical purposes, its true potential remained untapped. And it wasn't until really the later half of the 19th century that the tuning fork underwent a really remarkable evolution.
And what was that?
Well, it became a vital and precise scientific instrument.
Ah, okay. So crossed over from music to science.
Yeah, that's right. But the challenge in crossing it over couldn't be addressed just by musicians. So it required a deep scientific understanding
Yep.
of the relationship between frequency
Yes.
and a perceived pitch.
Right, yes.
So, along with a grasp of the physical properties of vibrating rods and plates, as a result, a new breed of accomplished technician and instrument maker emerged.
Okay.
So, many of these were not only scientists but skilled musicians blending artistry with scientific prowess.
Right, okay.
So people like Cladini, Schiebler, Lissajous all helped hone the development of the tuning fork.
Okay.
Yeah, Cladini was known as the father of experimental acoustics.
I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, you would have, because he did that famous study of how frequencies created amazing geometric patterns.
Yes, okay.
On a hard surface with powder.
Yep.
And some people do it with water as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And Lissajous was a French physicist who also visualized sound, but by using light.
Right.
And more or less invented waveform analysis.
Ah, okay. Yes, okay. So that's still used today.
Yeah, absolutely. By physicists and engineers when they're analysing sound waves.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then guys like Schiebler developed the standard concert pitch at 440.
Oh, yeah, which is still used today, I'm pretty sure, for orchestras and stuff.
Yeah, and Helmholtz, he invented the world's first synthesizer.
Okay, so Helmholtz, it's all Helmholtz's fault that we got all those 80s synth bands.
Yes, but that's okay if you like Flock of Seagulls.
Well, who doesn't? True. Anyway, I think it was more the hairstyles that were offensive in the 80s than the bands myself.
Yeah, probably. So since then, tuning forks have become invaluable in both scientific research and sound therapy.
Right.
They allow us to tune in to precise frequencies that resonate with our body's energy centers, and that promotes our own balance and healing.
Yeah.
So whether they're used in ancient rituals or modern wellness practices, the science behind tuning forks is both timeless and cutting edge.
Ah, okay.
So the tuning fork, it kind of fell out of favour science-wise over time because digital technology pushed it out.
Yes, video killed the radio star while we're on the 80s theme.
So true. But there's still plenty of practical applications of tuning forks that can be used in your daily life.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you some tips that can enhance overall wellness.
Yep.
You can incorporate sound into your meditation practice. You can use a singing bowl or listen to binaural beats created by tuning forks.
Yep.
And this really deepens that meditation experience.
Indeed.
You can Use a tuning fork when you're feeling stressed or tense.
Yes.
Just gently strike it and place it near your body. Feeling the vibrations resonate through you will promote relaxation and reduce that stress.
It does.
You can practice some mindful listening by paying close attention to the sounds around you.
Right.
So this could be a bird song,
Yep.
rain,
Yep.
your own heartbeat.
So any sound.
Yeah, even the hum of traffic.
Ah,
So just embrace the therapeutic power of sound in your environment wherever you are.
right.
You can also use tuning forks to align your energy in the body.
Yep.
So place them on specific energy points like chakras or meridians or acupressure points, and that'll restore balance and vitality.
Okay.
I personally love a sound bath session,
Yes. Who doesn't?
and you can create that at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're just immersing yourself in soothing sounds, and that helps cleanse your energy, revitalize your spirit.
Right.
And then finally, you could get involved with a wellness workshop or a
yes.
class
Yep,
that
yep.
incorporates sound therapy.
Bit of social interaction.
Yeah, this can be a fantastic way to explore sound therapy because you're being guided by an expert.
Okay, and yes, some like-minded people there. Right, okay. Well, that's brilliant, Amanda. As per usual, that was very informative and an interesting tuning in segment with a little bit of something for everyone.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, now it's time for some curious exploring, and I am in absolute overload here, so I have so many questions today. Right.
Just breathing.
Okay, yes. We're all about that sort of stuff. Now,
Life is hard, but finding a really great podcast makes the days go by so much easier. Hi, my name is Blue Telusma. I'm a writer, an emotional intelligence coach, and the host of Humanize with Blue Telusma, a podcast where we believe that when you humanize everyone in the room, a great conversation is almost guaranteed. Join us every week here on Electricast as me and my guest co-hosts unpack big topics and interview even bigger personalities with a sense of humor and a dash of mischief. If you're looking for a new best friend in your head, we've got you covered. Electricast.
I'm curious about the fundamentals of science. So how exactly does sound travel through the air, the water, through the solid objects like you've said?
Okay, I really want to answer that question.
Yes.
It's great, but we'll go there in a sec.
Okay.
Before we do, let's talk about resonance in
Yep.
sound therapy
Yep.
and how that's connected to healing.
Okay, so you don't want to over-geek the show too early, I guess.
We've got a lot of things to talk about.
Okay, so resonance, yes, it is a very interesting topic and concept, but I'm also interested in knowing about the history of sound therapy and how far it goes back.
Yes, I really want to talk about that too. I love that part.
Yep.
But let's start with how sound vibrations interact with our physical and emotional well-being
Okay, well,
and the science behind that.
we've got to start somewhere. Okay, that's probably the best place to start. Sounds good to me.
Okay, so our bodies are not static.
No.
They're in constant state of vibration. And at the cellular level, every molecule in our body vibrates at a specific frequency.
Okay.
So when we introduce external vibrations, like those produced by tuning forks or other sound therapy instruments, they interact with our internal vibrations.
Yes.
It can create a sense of resonance when the external vibration aligns our internal frequencies. So when our body is stressed, it's out of alignment.
Right.
The resonance from a tuning fork or sound therapy instrument can promote a feeling of harmony and relaxation. It reduces the stress and tension.
Yes.
So if you think of it as two musical notes coming together in perfect harmony.
Okay.
Yeah, so sound vibrations can stimulate the body's natural healing mechanisms.
Right.
They can improve your circulation, relieve muscle tension, and even boost your immune system.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like a gentle massage for your cells.
Okay.
Emotionally, sound vibrations can have a profound impact also, shifting our mood and helping us access those deeper states of meditation and just promoting that sense of well-being.
Yes.
So this happens through the intricate connection between sound and the brain, influencing neurotransmitters and brain activity.
Okay, so those brain waves you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So in essence, sound therapy works by introducing carefully calibrated vibrations that align with our body's natural frequencies. And that's creating a state of resonance and promoting overall balance and well-being.
Wow, that's fascinating. So when and where, I'm going to get my questions in. So when and where did sound healing first originate?
So, as we mentioned before, ancient traditions and civilizations.
Yes.
The origins can be traced back thousands and thousands of years
Yep.
to those cultures like the Egyptians, the Greeks, and
Yeah.
the indigenous tribes.
Yep.
They used chants and drums and various instruments for healing and spiritual rituals.
Yes.
They believed that sound had the power to harmonize the body,
Mm-hmm.
the mind, the spirit,
Okay.
and the community together with the universe.
Ah, yes, right.
So over time, sound therapy has evolved. It's adapted to different cultures and belief systems. In the East, practices like the yoga and meditation incorporated sound through mantras and singing bowls.
Yep.
And in the West, Pythagoras explored the mathematical relationships of musical intervals.
Yes. It's clever, that Pythagoras.
He was. In the modern era, sound therapy has gained recognition in the scientific and medical communities, with researchers studying its effects on stress reduction,
Yeah, yep,
pain management, and again, overall well-being.
yep, okay.
So it's safe to say sound therapy really does have a rich and diverse history, and it's really evolving continually to help people find their own healing.
Yeah, okay. So what about Australian Indigenous culture? Because they're really big on that sort of stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely, Stephen. So the Australian Indigenous cultures have a profound history of using sound for music and healing and their spirituality. They have a deep connection with country, and this connection is often expressed through their music,
Yes.
song, dance, and they have traditional instruments like the didgeridoo, clapsticks, drums, for thousands of years.
Tens of thousands
well,
of
they're
years.
the oldest culture,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they were the original, people who use sound.
Original sound healers.
Yeah, so the instruments produce unique resonant sounds, and they are believed to connect them with the dream time and their ancestors,
Yeah,
country,
yeah.
their song lines,
Yeah.
and the natural world.
Wow, that's a big conduit to everything, really.
Yes, it's very, very important to culture. And it continues to play a central role in ceremonies, storytelling, and healing practices within those communities.
Yep.
So that is so they can maintain cultural identity, pass down knowledge from one generation to the next. And it really is significant to the Australian Indigenous culture.
Okay, that is incredible. So I'm loving the history, but as you know, I'm genuinely curious about the science as well. So can you explain exactly how the sound does travel? So how it travels, like you said, through the air, travels through the water, it travels through solid objects. What's happening there at a microscopic level that makes that possible?
Okay, so this is the physics of it all. At its core, sound is a mechanical wave that travels through those various mediums, and it starts with vibration.
Okay.
When an object vibrates, it creates a disturbance in the surrounding particles.
Right.
In the case of air, for example,
Yep.
when you strike a tuning fork, it starts vibrating back and forth.
Yes, it does.
And it moves. It compresses the air particles in front of it, creating a region of high pressure,
Yes.
while simultaneously rarefying the particles behind it, creating a region of low pressure.
Lower pressure. All right.
So these pressure variations propagate as a wave through the air,
Ah, right.
and that's how we perceive sound.
Okay.
So sound can travel through water and solids because these substances consist of particles as well.
Okay, yes.
So in water, particles are denser
Yep.
and more tightly packed.
Right, yes.
So sound waves travel faster and further than in air.
Okay, so the denser it is, the further and faster it travels. So whales are living in a giant telecommunication system.
Yeah. Those beautiful noises can be sent hundreds of kilometres, and the sound travels generally about 4 times faster.
Ah,
In the
okay,
air.
that's incredible.
Yeah, so now if you look at solids like metal, the particles are even closer
So
together.
it's even more dense.
Yeah, and that allows sound to travel even faster, up to 10 to 20 times faster.
Oh, wow. So depending on what kind of material or type of metal it's travelling through.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
So in essence, at a microscopic level, it's ultimately all about the transfer of energy from one vibrating particle to the next,
Yep.
creating a chain reaction that results in the transmission of sound waves. It's an incredibly beautiful, intricate process, and that forms the foundation of sound therapy.
I see.
Yeah, and our understanding of how vibrations impact our well-being.
Wow. So I love it, Amanda. It's like a cosmic dance happening right under our noses, or should I say in our ears.
Yep.
I love something as simple as a vibration that can create this incredible chain reaction, connecting us to the very essence, like connecting us to the essence of the universe.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
like every sound we hear is part of an intricate symphony, and tuning forks are kind of like the what's that called? A baton, conductor's baton.
Yeah, exactly. It's nature's jam session.
Oh yeah, groovy, man.
Every time we use a tuning fork,
Right.
we get to experience the harmony and balance it brings to us.
Awesome. So another question I've got is about the resonance now. So I understand it's a core principle of sound therapy. So can you just give us a bit of science behind resonance?
Yes, it's a fundamental concept in sound therapy, and it's about vibrational matching.
Yes.
When we use tuning forks, they produce a specific frequency,
Yes.
or if you like, you can think of it as a musical note.
Yes. Okay.
Now, our bodies, including our cells, tissues, and organs,
Mm-hmm.
each have their own natural vibrational frequencies.
Okay. Yes.
When the frequency of a tuning fork matches or resonates with the frequency of a part of our body, something remarkable happens.
Hmm.
It's like 2 tuning forks playing the same note, and this resonance can enhance the energy and flow
I see.
in that part of our
Okay,
body.
so the musical harmony between the tuning fork and our body's own tune, and that harmony can lead us into some healing and some relaxation.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like our bodies are tuned instruments.
Mm-hmm.
So sound therapy helps to fine tune them
Yep.
for optimal well-being.
Okay, so well, how does that actually work with the energy transferring?
You can think of it as a transfer of energy
Yes, yep.
where the vibrations from the tuning fork stimulate the vibrations within the object
Mm-hmm.
or our body.
Okay,
And that causes them to synchronize or resonate
right.
at the same frequency.
Okay, so that was like a little bit from last week with those clocks that were on the wall that synchronized.
Exactly.
Okay,
And this synchronization can amplify the energy within that specific area.
Mm-hmm.
In the body, it promotes healing and relaxation.
yep,
It's like adding more musical instruments and playing the same note
yep.
in a symphony,
Yep.
and it creates a beautiful,
Does.
harmonious effect.
It does. Okay. All right. That's very, very cool. So now, look, I do know it's a scientific fact that energy can neither be created or destroyed. So it can only be sort of transformed or transferred from one form to another. So like, you know, everything's microscopically moving all the time. So an example I would have is like, you know, chemical energy that's in a stick of dynamite is converted into kinetic energy when that dynamite explodes.
True. I'd probably put it more like this. A cascading waterfall.
All right.
When
Nice.
the tuning fork produces its soothing vibrations,
Yes.
it's like the initial trickle of water over the top of that waterfall and the ripples
Yep.
that it creates
Yep.
in the pond below
Yep.
are the transference of the energy.
Okay, well, look, yes, you and me, we are yin and yang, right, after
Yes.
all. So lucky you're here to keep the explosions to a minimal and the zen-like flow going.
Yes.
Okay. Well, speaking of zen-like flow, I guess that is a signal for me to stop pestering you with my questions, and we can move into the next segment, which I also love, which is called Harmony in Practice.
A segue.
Oh, yeah, I'm a professional. So what are some tips you've got for us this week on incorporating sound therapy and tuning forks into our daily lives?
There really are so many, but this week I thought we'd talk about rituals.
Rituals,
Or
yes.
you might call it your practice.
Yes, okay.
And these rituals or practices can create a sense of structure and familiarity.
Yes, they do.
They serve as a psychological anchor, and it signals to the mind and body that it's time for relaxation and healing.
Indeed.
And when you perform these specific rituals before a sound therapy session, your brain associates it with relaxation. And that makes it easier over time to enter a relaxed state.
Okay.
Yeah, so these practices often involve focused attention, and when you engage in a ritual, you direct your attention to the present moment and that therapeutic process.
Okay.
So the mindfulness can enhance the effectiveness of sound therapy, and it amplifies your receptivity to that healing vibration.
Yes, okay. So they're a bit like, well, really, they're just like habits, aren't they? Just very good habits.
Yeah, that's right. And over time, the regular rituals or practices condition your mind to respond positively to sound therapy.
Yes.
So, Pavlov's dogs
Yes.
associated a bell ringing
Yes.
with food.
And they started drooling
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. So,
because they're hungry or they think food's coming.
exactly.
Yep.
But you'll associate your ritual or practice with relaxation
Yes.
and healing.
I get it.
So this conditioning can lead to a more profound and consistent experience.
Okay. So what are some of your favourites?
Okay, so the morning sound ritual.
Mm-hmm.
I really like to start the day with a positive or expansive vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And I might use a singing bowl or a small tuning fork to create a really calming sound.
Yes.
And that sound sets a harmonious tone for the day.
Sounds like a good way to start the day.
It really is. I mean, generally speaking, people start with a hurry
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
energy in the
Yep.
morning.
You're either trying to get out the door or get someone out the door.
Yeah, exactly. And so you're always kind of living in the future because you've got to think about where you're going, who's got to go where, what we need, who remembered what or didn't. And
Yep.
so the morning ritual can start your day off really well, just bringing in some mindful listening.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a sound, and you're noticing every nuance of the sound.
Right, okay.
So it might be the initial strike or play,
Yep.
and then right through to those fading vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're using a tuning fork, you can hold it near your ear
Yep.
or place it gently on your body,
Yep.
like your chest or your forehead or your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're setting your intentions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just taking a moment to set positive, expansive intentions for the day.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to reflect on your goals or aspirations and just what you might hope to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Visualize that for creating a peaceful day ahead.
Yep.
Expressing gratitude and appreciation for the new day.
Yes.
Thinking of 3 things that you're thankful for in your life.
Yep.
Really does cultivate that gratitude and can enhance your overall
Yes.
sense of well-being.
Yes.
Even that can really reduce stress.
Yes. I can imagine it would.
And then slowly transition out of that sound meditation by taking a few deep breaths
Yep.
and slowly opening your eyes, stretching your body, and you're just preparing your start to the day with a
Yep.
refreshed
Yes.
mind and a really expansive, positive outlook.
Yes, okay. That and a cup of coffee.
That comes after the sound.
Or a cup of herbal tea, whatever floats your boat.
Just remember your morning ritual can be tailored to your preferences. So whether it's herbal tea, coffee or water, or whatever sound, The time that you have available is yours, so craft it for yourself.
Yes.
The key is this calming and mindful space where you can connect with the power of sound and set your positive tone for the day.
Awesome. Give you a nice, good start.
Exactly. You've gone through your day and you might need to do a stress reduction ritual.
Right.
And this can be a daily ritual where you use a tuning fork to help release tension and promote relaxation in the evening.
Okay.
So you might want to begin with a progressive muscle relaxation.
Yes, okay.
Moving through your body one muscle group at a time. So you tense and then release.
Yes.
Start at your toes, work your way up to the top of your head.
Yep.
And just focus on releasing any tension you might be holding in each of those muscle
Getting
groups.
that energy out.
Exactly. So you want to visualize. Close your eyes, engage in a guided visualization. So you might be imagining yourself in a really peaceful, stress-free environment like a forest or a beach.
Maybe a meadow.
Maybe a meadow. You can visualize yourself just letting go of worries and stress.
Yes.
And you're really immersing yourself in this beautiful, quiet mental sanctuary.
Yes.
Then practice some mindfulness by bringing your awareness to the present moment. Just observe your thoughts and feelings and any body sensations, not with any judgment or labels. And let go the need to control or change things.
That's a big one, yes.
Yeah, that really does take practice. I also really like journaling.
Yeah.
So you could keep a journal, write down your thoughts, any worries or things that are causing you some stress. Reflect on these entries. And just see if there's any patterns or triggers you can identify. And then you might like to create some positive or expansive affirmations for yourself.
Right, okay.
And then you're repeating these or even some mantras to shift your mindset and place those limiting thoughts in, and you're creating these beautiful, big, expansive thoughts for yourself.
What kind of things might you say as a mantra?
I am calm and centered.
Yes.
I release stress and welcome peace.
Nice.
You can really make up whatever suits you. And then do a deep release and spend a few minutes on this relaxation. Imagine the stress and tension leaving your body with every inhalation and exhalation.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Now, to finish the day before going to sleep, you can create this sleep ritual or sleep practice.
Oh, yes. Now, I'm going to love this one. Sleep's very high on my agenda at the moment.
Yes. So ending the day with a calming sound session really can promote better sleep, and it can prepare you for a peaceful night.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So here are some steps to design your sleep
Before
sound
sleep?
healing. Yeah.
Yep.
So prepare your sleep environment.
Right.
So ensure your bedroom is cool, it's dark and comfortable. So you might want to be dimming the lights, and that signals your body it's time to wind down.
Yes.
Choose a soothing sound or music that promotes relaxation, and consider using nature sounds.
Okay.
Maybe some calm instrumental music.
Not death metal.
Definitely not. Definitely not. If you have a sound healing tool like a tuning fork or a singing bowl, use them gently to create a peaceful ambience.
Okay.
So start with some mindful breathing. That transitions you from the busyness of the day to a more relaxed state.
Right.
So inhale deeply through your nose, say for a count of 4, hold that for a count of 2, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Focus your attention solely on your breath.
Right.
This will help you let go of any racing thoughts. So you're lying down on your bed, you're beginning to immerse yourself in your chosen sound. You're listening to the music or the soundscape as it, fills that space around you.
Yes.
And if you're using a sound healing tool, just play them really gently near your body.
Okay.
Yeah. So start a gentle body scan.
Yes.
Again, begin at your toes,
Okay.
gradually moving up to your head.
Okay.
Focus on each body part and consciously release the tension you might be holding.
Okay, a bit like the stress relief one.
Yeah, you're allowing your body to melt into the bed.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It really is. Now, this is optional, but you might consider adding a guided relaxation
Yep.
meditation
Yep.
into this ritual.
Yep.
That takes away the mind racing as well. And
Yep.
you can really find various sleep-specific guided meditations to help you let go of the stress of the day.
Yeah, I know, right? I've tried a number of those. I was listening to one the other night, and there I was gently drifting off, and then an ad came on for a certain fast food fried chicken company, and they were telling me that they didn't care and they loved it, and then I felt awake, empowered, tired, and hungry all at the same time. It was quite conflicting.
Maybe you need a paid subscription.
Yeah, maybe I do. I'm trying to manifest that at the moment.
Okay, so as you lie in bed with your eyes closed, you can continue with some deep, slow breathing.
Yes.
So inhale deeply through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth.
Right.
Focus on the soothing rhythm of your breath
Yep.
and let that carry you towards sleep.
Okay.
So you could repeat some of those sleep affirmations like I sleep soundly and peacefully,
Yep.
or I'm completely relaxed and ready for rest.
Or I don't care, I love it.
Potentially no. Practice mindfulness by observing the thoughts, emotions, or sensations that arise. Acknowledge them
Yep.
without judgment,
Yeah.
without labels,
Yep.
and gently return your focus to your breath
Yep.
or the sounds around you.
Yeah, that's a big one, isn't it? Trying to just acknowledge the thought and then go, okay, that's the thought, and then just let that thought go rather than go, oh, this is what I need to do and this is what I should have done and this is, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it really takes away from what we're trying to achieve with it. You really want to allow yourself to drift off to sleep naturally.
Yes.
So avoid the temptation to check your phone. You know, put it on silent and just not engaging in any stimulating activities.
Yep, for sure.
And consistency really is key for this.
Yep.
So try to perform it daily to train your body and mind.
Yep, get those neural pathways happening.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's just go back and look at the few key things that are common to each one of these
yes.
rituals or practices.
Sure.
Setting the scene. Finding a quiet or comfortable space
Yep.
where you're not going to be disturbed. Gather your sound therapy tools like tuning forks or singing bowls or the recorded nature sounds. Consider the lighting.
Yep.
You might want to use a candle
Yep.
or an essential oil, and that helps create that soothing ambience.
That would.
Breathing.
Yes.
So all through these, we have suggested a few minutes of mindful breathing.
Yeah.
Close your eyes, taking slow breaths, inhaling through your nose, holding for a moment, exhaling slowly through your mouth, and focusing on your breath
Yes.
to let go of that tension.
Right.
And that is the basis of your rituals and practices that are going to help you release all that stress.
Well, I cannot wait to try some of those, particularly the sleep one. That's some really great advice there. So essentially sort of giving us the ability to replace maybe some not so great habits and maybe with some really good ones. So that's great. Thanks, Amanda, for that. Much appreciated. Well, I can't believe it, but guess what? We're out of time. Well, I can, but I can't because there was a lot to pack in today, so you know what I mean. So anyway, Amanda, can you wrap things up for us with some final thoughts?
Absolutely.
And let us know what's coming up next week.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. Okay, so as we finish up today's exploration into the science of sound and vibrations, I want to leave you with this thought. Sound is more than just what we hear. It's a powerful force that can shape our well-being. So whether it's through resonance of tuning forks or soothing melodies of music, sound has the potential to heal, calm, and rejuvenate. Remember, sound therapy isn't just a concept, it's a practice that's been with us for centuries, rooted in wisdom of ancient cultures, from indigenous traditions to modern science. Sound therapy continues to evolve, and it offers us new ways to enhance our lives. So I do encourage you to explore sound therapy, whether it's meditation, tuning forks, or simply listening to calming music. Embrace the vibrations that resonate with your body and soul, and discover the harmony it can bring to your life.
Beautiful. And what do we got next week?
Well, now it's my turn to get very, very, very excited. The next,
Very.
Yeah, 3 varies. As the next episode, we're going into specific frequencies and their incredible effects on our well-being.
Right, okay.
So I get asked this a lot with my students.
Yes.
And if you've ever wondered how certain frequencies can boost your mood, improve focus, or even induce that deep state of relaxation we've been talking about, we are going to unravel the science behind it, sharing practical tips on how you can harness these frequencies into your wellness journey.
Great. Well, I cannot wait. So look, make sure you tune in next week as we uncover the power of specific frequencies right here on Tuning Into Sound Wellbeing. And remember just to send us any questions that you might have. We'd love your feedback. So we enjoy getting all that sort of stuff. But until then, be curious, be well, and keep exploring the symphony of wellbeing in your life.
Hey there, fabulous souls. I'm Stephanie Baklaan.
And I'm Eden Alpert.
And we're the hosts of the brand new podcast, Unapologetically Fab.
Get ready to join us on an amazing and real journey as we dive into life after 40 and own it.
We're all about changing the narrative, leaning into who you are, and living a life by your own design.
Join us as we embrace life unapologetically and redefine success.
This is Unapologetically Fab,
an Electric Cast production.
See you there.
Electric Cast.
Are you passionate about saving the planet for future generations? Do you want to learn how to do it? If yes, then you need to tune in to the Nature Backed podcast. It's a talk show covering the changing world around us, from renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, circular economy, to ESG and social innovation. Don't miss this opportunity to discover how you can join the movement and make a difference. Subscribe to the Nature Backed podcast today on your favorite platform and get ready to be amazed.
Electric Cast.